Hi everyone, Scott Musey here. Welcome to Policy Matters. When it comes to creating jobs and attracting new business to Arizona, do tax and regulatory costs matter? If you ask most small business owners and companies, they would tell you yes. Costs do matter. And so does creating a simple and fair playing field that doesn't pick winners and losers among businesses and taxpayers. Yet for a variety of reasons, there are politicians and other interest groups who contend that tax and regulatory costs are not a primary factor in business attraction. Instead, they'll argue that incentives, subsidies, targeted tax breaks, and even social progressive policies are the main drivers of business startup and relocation. This is sometimes referred to as the progressive model for job growth. One of the most vocal advocates for selling the progressive model here in Arizona is Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton. At a recent policy forum in September, Mayor Stanton proclaimed that due to the city's progressive policies on issues such as taxes, incentives, sustainability, and LGBT discrimination protections, Phoenix is outperforming the rest of the state when it comes to attracting new jobs and businesses. He dismissed Arizona's pursuit of a low-cost tax environment, claiming that it's not just cost driving a company's decision to set up shop. Stanton even attacked the state legislature, declaring that, quote, "Good jobs don't follow divisive politics." So is Greg Stanton right? Is Phoenix really outperforming the rest of the state when it comes to job growth, thanks to their devotion to targeted tax subsidies and support for progressive transgender bathroom policies? If so, there's an easy way to prove it. The U.S. Department of Labor tracks job growth here in Arizona. These numbers will show if Phoenix really is beating the competition when it comes to job growth in the state. According to the figures, from January 2015 through August of last year, Phoenix added roughly 25,000 jobs, an overall employment increase of 3.49%. Not bad. How did the rest of Maricopa County do? In that same period, Maricopa County added 41,000 jobs, which was an employment increase of 3.49%. Job growth in Phoenix was no different than the rest of the county. But maybe all that job growth came from the city of Tempe. After all, the Tempe Council has been a vocal opponent of the state legislature and is using the same progressive recipe as Phoenix. Tempe's job growth? 3.49%. In fact, every major city in Maricopa County, Chandler, Gilbert, Scottsdale, Mesa, Peoria, Glendale, experienced the same level of job growth as Phoenix, 3.49%. And in case you needed further evidence that the entire region is excelling, not just Phoenix, it was announced last month that Maricopa County was second in the U.S. in job growth in 2016. And it's not just jobs. Wage growth has accelerated as well, showing that Arizona is not just leading the way on employment, but with higher incomes and pay for all businesses and hardworking families. Now those are the job numbers, but what do the companies moving to Phoenix have to say? Perhaps the owners and CEOs of these businesses moving to Phoenix will back up Mayor Stanton's claims. Turns out they don't care much about these policies either. According to the videos, press releases, and articles posted on the city's own website, reasons cited for choosing Phoenix included access to talent, a deep labor pool, proximity to customers, access to infrastructure and a major airport, and a low cost of living. Even Phoenix's own marketing materials, which are given to businesses considering relocation and expansion, focus on demographic, education, and workforce data. Nowhere on Phoenix's website does it even mention any of the so-called winning progressive policies that Mayor Stanton claims are so important to their city's attraction effort. They don't even believe their own hype. And that's because the reality is quite simple. There's no evidence that subsidies, incentives, or other social progressive policies lead to more jobs and economic growth. Costs do matter, and is the reason why Arizona continues to outperform other high tax and regulatory states such as California. Overall, Governor Ducey and the state legislature have done a pretty good job fostering a competitive tax and regulatory environment in which all cities can prosper, including Phoenix. And though we agree more can be done to improve Arizona's competitive edge, following the recommendations made by Mayor Stanton won't create more jobs. This is Policy Matters. Thank you for watching.